Happy Thursday! Our warm-up today, it's gonna be 3 rounds. It's gonna start with 20 jumping jacks, followed by 6 push-ups, then 10 air squats. That first round, just nice, slow and controlled, start to warm the body up. Then 5 pike push-ups, and yep, repeat that 3 times. Once you're done with that, you're gonna go 5 minutes of dynamic stretching. Get some ankles tilting, some circles, what we normally do every day in class, or guess what? Just Google some dynamic stretching today. Now that we're done with our warm-up, we're gonna move on to strength. Strength today is focusing on the shoulders. It's gonna be 3 rounds, not for time, rest between movements. That way we can get the most out of everything that we're doing today. It's gonna start with 12 strict handstand push-ups. If we don't have strict handstand push-ups just yet, we're gonna do a seated dumbbell floor press, 8 on each side. After that, you're gonna do a banded pull apart. And then the last movement of the rounds will be a 20 dumbbell bent over row, focusing on that rear delt today. So these are gonna look a little bit different than our traditional bent over row. Strict handstand push-ups. Make sure that you put something under your head, maybe a pillow, anything that you have at home that's soft. Don't just go down to the floor, the garage floor. I'm gonna use a yoga mat because actually most of us probably have a yoga mat at home. Maybe not some of the fellas out there, but I just use my yoga mat and I'm just gonna fold it up a couple times to make sure it's nice and soft and pretty flat for my head to go on. Now that we have our mat set up, I want you guys to get maybe 2 to 3 negatives in, going as slow as possible back down to the mat to get those shoulders warmed up and to really make sure that we have that strength to do these reps nice and safe. When you do these, remember, think about that nice tripod position. You should be able to see those wrists the entire time. Seated floor press. To modify those strict handstand push-ups for the strength portion of today, we're gonna go 8 each side, press up and back down. Really sit nice and tall. Banded pull aparts, just like they sound. Today we're gonna go hands right at the shoulder height, knuckles forward, and I'm just gonna open up and then back in, nice and controlled. The more you grab the band closer to your hand together, the more resistance you're gonna have. If that's pretty easy, you can always double that band up and make it even harder. Dumbbell row, focusing on that rear delt. We're gonna go 10 each side. You can always use a bench or your thigh to brace, but still use that midline, focus on a nice flat back. Today, we're gonna really think about bringing that elbow out to the side. So instead of kind of in and down, we're gonna go out a little bit further. So I'm gonna grab that dumbbell, hinge over, and then row up. Control every rep on the way down. Our workout today, it's gonna be 4 times. It's gonna start with an 800-meter run, which is a half a mile run. Then once you're done with that, you're gonna come inside and you're gonna look at the clock and you're gonna do an 8-minute AMRAP. It's gonna start with 3 strict handstand push-ups. If you don't have strict handstand push-ups just yet, you're gonna go pike push-ups, elevated pike push-ups. Really make those nice and challenging and focus on getting as inverted as possible. Once you're done with that, you're gonna go 6 dumbbell deadlifts in between the legs, 3 with one side, 3 with the other side. And then you're gonna go 9 dumbbell thrusters. You're gonna hang on to that dumbbell with both hands today for those thrusters. Once you're done with that 8 minutes, you're gonna look at the clock again, 2-minute rest, and then you're gonna do a 400-meter sprint. Nice and fast, all out, really give it everything you got left in the tank. Good luck. First way we're gonna modify that strict handstand push-up, you're gonna go in that downward dog, and then forehead in front of your fingertips, press back towards the toes. those pike push-ups a little harder, I want you to put your feet on something, get a little more elevated, and try to get as inverted as possible. From here, deadlifts for the workout today is gonna go 3 with one hand, 3 with the other hand, and we're gonna go between the legs. An easy way to think about it is the beginning part of that dumbbell snatch. Last movement, it's gonna be a dumbbell thruster. Holding that dumbbell with both hands, you're gonna go into a full depth squat, use that momentum from that squat to thrust that dumbbell overhead.